This is the workbench I'm currently building.
Without some method of holding your workpiece, your bench is not much more than a table. And having more than one type of work holding is also useful. In my previous video, I showed putting together the bulk of the workbench top. Now, let's rewind a bit and see how I got the bench to this state. So now that's done. Now I can start fitting this one to the inside corner here. I glued this piece with the outer piece that then nestles into this dovetail and sits here. Let's start working on the other end of this piece. And it fits. This will eventually be attached to this face. This is what slides, and this is attached to the bench. So this one needs to have clearance through here. I need to leave a little bit for the screws. There we go. And the whole assembly looks something like this. This thing, I'm going to make a rabbet in this one, and this one is going to sit in there. One trip to the table saw later. And it should be fitting nicely. There we go. Through there. I'm not gonna screw it all the way in because it's, that's one thing I didn't consider. Right, that's a bit annoying. Good thing I caught that. Bit of a conundrum here. One thing I didn't consider, because it's one thing to just draw this up in a CAD drawing and see that everything fits, but mounting this tail vise is not going to be possible. Now, the problem, this is going to be attached to the bench, and this is going to be attached here. So I can't like bend this up to slide it in. If I move this far enough back to slide it in, it hits this thing. And if I move it far enough forward to go beyond it, it's too far in here. Now I have two choices here. Either I make it so I can slide it in this way, or I notch out here a rounding thingy for this nut. Also, I'm also realizing now that this is going to interfere with my dog that I want to put there. So yeah, this design kind of doesn't work. I mean, I kind of want to laminate another piece on the outside here. I wanted to put a dog in here, but I can't do that, can I? All right, decisions are to be made. So this is what I had. Now I have these ones. This piece, unfortunately I did a measurement error because I was a bit grumpy. So anyways, this is gonna have to end somewhere here. I'm probably gonna do like a miter. The dog holes are gonna be, I'm gonna route the dog holes, like I'm probably gonna do two of them here. There's one here and one further back. But staying away from the screws for the tail vise are going. I think what I'm gonna do, I got this offcut of ash, and I'm probably gonna do the jaws out of this. So let's just quickly get this milled into rough dimensions. Yep, so here it is. Some back and forth and a bit of cleanup. We got something that works. There's some gaps there and there, but so I did go ahead and remake the top piece so that it covers the entire top of this and the top of this part. And yes, when I did trim this down to have it be covered entirely, I did trim off part of this dovetail, but I made up a jig here to route these dog holes. I made a prototype rough shape of it. It sits at a 1 degree angle and it slots in there nicely, just about flush. Ooh, nice. That was a nice sound. Almost. There we go. Yep, these are the grooves. And this one slots in there. Yeah, I can just fine tune this dog so they don't stick above the edge here. Since the last clip, I glued this piece on the outside here. And I have also screwed in the tail vise into this part. I also hogged out a bit here freehand with the router, and it looks horrible, but it's not visible, so. Add a few dabs of super glue here. And then, yeah, slide this off and the plate stays in place. Fuck me. Forgot about that part. Guess we're trying again. Putting some activator in this time. Let's see. It's also just a couple of degrees above freezing right now, so this project has to be moving indoors very soon. Maybe put a clamp on here. That could work. There we go. Good. It's looking nice. This all the way in. This isn't attached yet, so it's not. Now it's screwed in, but I'm going to. Anyways, this is pretty nice. Okay. Just adding some wax to the threads. Now that this is here and we know exactly where it's going to end, we can start getting the remaining pieces in there. So I've had to move into the office workshop in the basement now. Anyways, I have notched out a bit here for the face vise and for these two that are going to be joined on top of this. I put a little recess in here for it. Then I can start drilling the holes for the face vise mounting or the receiver thing. This is the rest of the face vise. I disassembled it so I can get the hole locations for that. So let's get this cleaned up, those holes drilled, just verify everything works with this thing, and get started gluing these three onto here. And once that's done, we can finally start using the workbench to build the rest of the workbench.
Outside my kitchen window, there's a happy parade. Confused as the question lingers, should I join them today? Am I allowed to pretend I'm good for a while? I put glitter in my eyes so they look all full of life. 'Cause I wanna participate in the happy parade. I'll slap a smile across my face, get some sun on this pale skin, feel the freckles form as I'm giving in. That's how I'm fitting in.
I've got a 19 or 3/4 inch drill bit that just fits exactly in the hole for the thread. So I'm just gonna push this in, make a mark in the wood, push it in, and make it mark. And there are holes.
Cause I wanna participate in the happy parade. I'll slap a smile across my face, get some sun on this pale skin, feel the freckles form as I'm giving in. That's how I'm fitting in. In the happy parade. That's how I'm fitting in. In the happy parade.
And just like that, it's all attached. Let's see if we can fit this panel. Let's see.
Cause I wanna participate in the happy parade. I'll slap a smile across my face, get some sun on this pale skin, feel the freckles form as I'm giving in. That's how I'm fitting in. In the happy parade. That's how I'm fitting in. In the happy parade.
Hopefully, these should fit through here. Like so. I'm gonna work without binding. Now, let's see if this fits on And then we're going to see if we need to shim this plate up or down, anything here. Alright, don't mind the comically long drill for this, but this is the closest one at hand that was the right size. Now, the next size drill was a bit too much larger, so I'm just going to try to ream it with this one. And this is the first operation where I'm using the vise of the bench for anything. This is the tail vise, used upside down, propped up on sawhorses or bench horses, work horses, or whatever. Let's see, holes are slightly enlarged. Oh, this one is flexible enough to move, so that's good. Let's do the straight sections first because they're easier. Notch made. Now, I do have some self-adhesive not rubber cork. I would like to use rubber cork, but I have this, so I'm going to use this.
And the vises are done. I've actually even used this for a project. I made a cutting board with my son that I just made a video of. However, the bench is still propped up on sawhorses and is pretty wobbly, as you can probably tell here. But currently just about to finish putting the legs together for this bench, and I'm using a tension rod system with threaded rods through these stretchers that connect the legs, so it's hopefully going to be very stable. Make sure to stay tuned for that. And subscribe to my channel so you don't miss that video. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to hit that like button. It really does help, I think, supposedly. I'm still very early on in this YouTube thing, so I'm trying to figure things out, and I gladly accept any feedback you have, be it on the project or the video or whatever. If not, I hope to see you in the next video. It's really about time to get some legs on that bench.